Great, said Tony. The tiger smokes Super Kings, sorry that's a bit loud, Super Kings, but they seem to do nothing to satisfy him. Just fucking great. The window before them looked surprised, but not so open-mouthed as the honey monster would have been when he went through it. His body made a hairy blonde exclamation mark on the pavement below. He sent his bees to get me, said Loopy the bee. He told me to get you too. He loved those bees. On the street, several stories below, people crossed over, ignoring the body. This was no quarter for Good Samaritans or for any other foreigner. In the financial winter of the recession, swastikas right-angled up the brickwork like cracks in the government's budget. Shop fronts stared, glassy-eyed and broken as the vagrants across at the honey monster. Restaurant chains took each other over merely to survive. Pizza Hut was a burnt-out shell. Burger King was dead. Only McDonald's seemed as long-lived as ever. The economy had not so much double-dipped as drowned. But you were already here, Loopy said, and twitched. His buzz sounded as though it had missed a beat. It would have taken more than one person to throw the honey monster out that window. He was big, big. It would have taken two. Loopy had a highly strung imagination. This put him at odds with being a worker bee. He saw himself catching the killer as Superman would. Yeah, it takes two, said Tony, especially to ruin his room like this. Tony's hood eclipsed his eyes. The tiger wore it whenever he wasn't filming. Fame and money had come hard to the tiger, he had once told Loopy. They didn't deserve it, Tony had said. Not now ordinary people could afford nothing but value food. Now the family staple was cereal, and they, Tony and Loopy and the honey monster, had become as important, as representative to their companies, as footballers to their clubs. They were the cereal celebs. Nobody could afford football anymore. The tiger walked to the window, he limped. Stunt doubles played ice hockey or caught frisbees in his adverts. He picked his way across the carpet, where cutouts of glass winked at the walls, which responded by waving in strips of shredded wallpaper. The room was an expensive mess. The bijou wood panelling was deforested, the wall crumbling. One brick hid behind the 50-inch plasma TV. A red lipstick smile had been daubed on the honey monster's family photo. Who do you think did it, Tony? Asked Loopy. The bee said he, but the bees must have meant they. Tony opened his lips, but didn't answer, flicking his Super King out of the window. It flared before the light disappeared as the stub fell. Like Icarus, we do it to ourselves, said Tony. He said this kind of thing a lot these days, and Loopy ignored him. Shame at the gap between Tony and the starving public ate at the tiger, gutting him from the inside to the out, until it was visible in his clothes, in his chain smoking, in his gait, even in his snarled grate. Loopy the bee, however, had bigger things on his mind, though they were shadowy. Two things. We've got to catch them, he said. Crackle's skateboard rattled across the mahogany boards, passing door after door of his lakeside home. Snap, Crackle and Pop had joined finances to buy the mansion and lived together along with fast cars, skunk and the occasional midget prostitute, the occasions being birthdays and advertising awards. As he rolled over the flooring, Crackle's bones rattled and not, he hoped, for the last time that night. Later he would hook up with his celebrity friend, Coco the Monkey, and ride the strip, windows down, playing Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z. He'd pick up some girls and drive with a manicured, pink-nailed hand massaging his lap, and a thick cushion under it so he could see over the wheel. Gonna get my bones jumped, thought Crackle, oh yeah. He rattled toward the stairs, humming Big Pimpin'. The lyrics aren't included for the reason given. Well, by the way, though, this is entirely libelous because of using characters, but... Wow, said Crackle, interrupting himself. Oh yeah, wow. He launched his skateboard onto the wooden banister of the main staircase, grinding the curve. Yeah, own the spot, man. He ran his hand through his blonde curls, yeah. The mahogany moaned as though it knew it was coming. If it did, it would have worried about getting the stains out. Crackle did not, and was unprepared for the chainsaw that opened up his belly. It caught on his spine as the skateboard skidded on alone. Crackle attempted to scream, and would have been successful, but for the blood that spurted up his windpipe. He fell sideways. Without the skateboard and dissected across the midriff, he was shorter than he recalled, and found himself staring up at a clown's face. It was smiling, while the face to Crackle's failing sight seemed to have little choice than smile. Its eyes were laughing. I'm enjoying this, said the clown.